What is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing today? Welcome here today to another Bleacher Report article reaction video, and today we are reacting to their 2021 All-NBA teams predictions. This came out on April 14th, written by Zach Buckley. A link to the article will be in the description below, like always. So this is pretty tough to usually predict. Like, it's going to be close for some of these at the end of the year, and I'm just going to agree or disagree with any of them that they have here. And like always, you can let me know down below what you agree or disagree with. So, All-NBA third team, Donovan Mitchell. Wow. It's kind of crazy that Donovan Mitchell might be an All-NBA 13 player. He did just get hurt, so he might be out for a couple weeks. I don't know if that's going to affect his placement on any of these, but he's on the first place Jazz team, averaging 26.5 points and 5 assists with a true shooting percentage. Where's it at? It's at a 57%. Like, it's not the best in the world, but it's also not, like, terrible. But, okay. Like, it's weird. We're going to see who's in front of them. Obviously, they'll probably have Curry, Lillard, Luka, Harden, maybe Kyrie if they count LeBron. We'll see. But I'm guessing one of these two players are on third team. So it's Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant on All-NBA third team. How many games has Durant played? Because it's going to be close. Because 72 games, they would have to at least, I feel like, play 55, maybe 50. He's only played 23 games. There's no reason. Well, there's obviously how many games left in the year? Like 20 something, right? So, or maybe even less than that at this point. But it's going to be tough. If he's going to max out at 43 games, it's going to be tough for him to make it. Obviously, he has the numbers, but it will be tough due to the amount of games he has missed. And Kyrie Irving, yeah, I feel like he is definitely a shoo-in because he will have the amount of games, I think, played under his belt. And yeah, definitely. But I don't know. These are, I feel like, better than All-NBA 13 numbers. Like, these are crazy numbers he's putting up. Insane. Zion Williamson and Rudy Gobert wrap out All-NBA third team. So I'm guessing, yeah, Gobert third is fine because he probably will win Defensive Player of the Year. And the two centers in front of him will be Embiid and Jokic. And then Zion making All-NBA third team, I think, will probably happen. I was trying to think in my mind, could he make maybe second team? But I think third team is going to be more likely. Even if he makes it, because it's rare where sometimes players that don't make the playoffs will be making a All-NBA team, and I just kind of wanted to pull up these standings really quick here just to see how far, because the Pelicans have been a little bit better as of late, and they are currently the 11th seed, so they just, yeah, need to get in front of San Antonio or Golden State, and they will be at least in the play-in tournament, but he's putting up the numbers where I feel like he's got to make an All-NBA team, they just got to get in the play-in tournament. It's going to be tough if he's not in the play-in tournament. And then Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. But, like, back to the not making the playoffs thing, like, the Wizards probably aren't going to be making it unless they have a nice run at the... I mean, actually, they are technically tied for the 10th seed at the moment, win percentage-wise. Or just a little bit behind, actually. But, you know what I mean? Because, like, for Bradley Beal, leading NBA scorer still, I believe. And... will he make it or not? So that's our All-NBA third team. All-NBA second team, you got Steph Curry and Damian Lillard. Okay, so he probably doesn't have Bradley Beal at all, which I'm perfectly fine with for somebody like. But if I'm gonna say no Beal, and I should probably say no Zion if you're only gonna give it to somebody that's making the playoffs. But All-NBA second team, you got Curry, you got Lillard, you got LeBron, you got Paul George and Embiid. LeBron is gonna be kind of tough with his games played as well because he's played how many games at the moment? 41. What's his timetable? 3 to 5 more weeks, and that was on the 25th. So that was, what, 3 weeks ago? So he's going to come back, say he comes back in the next 2 weeks. If he could play about another, I don't know, 15 games. If he can play another 10 games this year, then I think he'll get on an All-NBA team. But it's going to be tough if he doesn't play, like, more than 5. Just because 41 games, that's just a little bit over half the year. But, yeah, I think due to his injuries, it's probably going to knock him off All-NBA first team, and he'll have him on All-NBA second team. Paul George, somebody that has definitely have, like, All-NBA first team, or has been playing like an All-NBA first team player as of late. He's been very good as of late, and I think he's been great from 3 this year. He's been good on both sides of the ball, and he's been very efficient inside the paint and with his mid-range as well. So I think he would be... I think he's got to be an All-NBA second-team guy. Like, I would definitely put him over these two forwards just because KD with the games played. If he played 40 games, yeah, I'd have him on probably first team. And then Zion, yeah, definitely. And then the center they chose was Joel Embiid. He's going to be somebody else with health as well because Embiid's played how many games? Like 35 at the moment? 38. Embiid is tough too with the games played, but he should get to 50. And I think 50 is going to be the threshold for, like, if players can qualify or not. Because a lot of people have been hurt this year. A lot have been hurt. And yeah, Embiid coming in on All-NBA second team as that center. I think Jokic right now is probably the front runner for MVP, so that's where I would probably have the 1 and 2 centers. But it's cool. The two best players in the regular season this year are centers, basically, if you have Embiid over like Harden or somebody like that. And then All-NBA first team, I'm guessing it's going to be Luka, Harden, Giannis, Kawhi, and Jokic. So yeah, we got James Harden. Yeah, he's top 3 in MVP. He's my third guy in the MVP race at the moment. He's been picking up the where he's putting kind of the nets on his back when like Kyrie was missing some games, but he's been playing a lot more as of late. But when KD's out, and obviously he's out right now, but boy, we have seen some of the best passing and playmaking ability of his career. He's leading the league in assists. And yeah, he's like dialed back his 30-point per game scoring, but he's doing it on other sides of or other ways in the offensive game. So yeah, definitely on Bay first team, I agree. And Luka Doncic, who he was my MVP pick going into the year, and he's not going to come. I don't know if he's going to finish top 5. Maybe he should. His numbers can tell that story. But the Dallas Mavericks are currently the 7th seed. I think they'll be making the playoffs unless they get eliminated in the play-in tournament. I would like that as a Knicks fan. They have their first round pick, but I think that they if they could somehow. It's going to be so, like, really tough for them to get the 5 or the 4 seed. But if they can, I mean, what's their last 10? They are 6 and 4. Like, if they can get to the 5 or the 4 seed, he might make some noise in the MVP race. So, yeah, Luka on be first team, I agree. Giannis, he's also up there in the MVP race as well. And then you got Kawhi Leonard, who hasn't missed many. Well, he's missed like his fair share of games this year. What's he at? He's at 45. He'll definitely get to 55 plus, which is I feel like will definitely qualify him. And he has been. I mean, if he played like 6 more games, 7 more games this year, I would think that he could be in the MVP race as well. We'll see if with Donovan Mitchell out, can the Clippers pass the Utah Jazz? We will have to see, and will the Suns be the 1 seed potentially after that? And then, obviously, the first team center is going to be Nikola Jokic. I agree there. So, I guess I agree with this All-NBA first team pretty much. All-NBA second team, I think I mainly agree with it. It's just going to be like an intriguing storyline on how the game is played for some of these guys will come down. And then All-NBA third team, it's going to be, I don't know about KD with his games played because he's played what? How many games was it this year? I already forgot. Was it in the 20s? Or was it in the 30s? It was probably in the 30s. He's played 23 games. That's tough. That really is to make an All-NBA team. And then Zion, we'll see. If another forward gets it, that's maybe on a playoff team, like a Jason Tatum, like I don't know, I'm just going through here. Probably Tatum and like maybe Jimmy Butler, because Jimmy Butler has been phenomenal this year, but the Heat have been a little bit disappointing, but like the Pelicans, they could be making the playoffs and the Pelicans cannot. And then in the West, AD, it's going to be tough with his games played, and that's probably it. So it would really come down to Tatum, Butler, and Zion. I actually just want to see AD's games right now, but he's played 23 games. He's played the same as KD, but probably the worst year of his career in the last 4 or 5, but he's dealing with some injuries, and we'll see if he can return next week to 10 days. But he was reevaluated 2 days ago. But yeah, that is it for me. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy. Let me know what you agree with or disagree with down below. Anything you definitely disagree with or anything you definitely agree with. Let me know. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.